Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to do a New Year's inspired look. I'm not going to any New Year's Eve party. I will be going to going to church. But if you are the type of person who likes to go out to the clubs, likes to have fun, I mean, not saying that going to church isn't fun, but you know, in the element of where you'd want to dress up, I will be creating a look for you today so you can try to recreate. So when you go out, you know, your eyes are popping. So I will be using the not this one, but the Ace Beauty Vintage Dusk Palette to create the New Year's inspired look. But I am also going to show you what the inside of the Scarlet Dusk palette looks like. I will be dedicating a whole nother video to this palette, but I just wanted to show you these two. So if you are interested in seeing what I create, by all means stay tuned. But before you go and get all cozy to watch this video, there is a subscribe button that is located right over here. Alongside of it is a notification bell that you want to make sure that you press both of those buttons so you don't miss another video from your girl. They're both right here. You can go ahead and just click it. So currently all I have right now is my moisturizer. I don't want to put my primer on yet because I don't know how these palettes perform. That might be some fallout. So I'm going to wait to apply my primer on until I have done my eye look. So for my first eyeshadow base, I'm using the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. So this has been my new favorite since Black Radiance decided to discontinue theirs. I believe that they are sister companies, and so this one works just as well, if not better. So Wet n Wild, keep this around, please and thank you. So I'm just priming my eyelids. I'm going to take a little bit of my Becker primer, and I'm going to put it just a little bit, mix it into my brow. Because I like for my brow application to be nice and matte. I don't like for my product to slide around. And for my brow product today, I will be using the LA Girl Soft Black Brow Pomade. And for my brow brush, it is an Anastasia brush that I like to use. I love all their brow brushes. I mean, they started off doing brow products anyway, but their brushes are the best for brows. For me, there isn't a right or wrong way of doing brows, or even which product is best for your brows. I love pomades versus pencils, but it doesn't really matter. And this LA Girl brow pomade is pretty dope for the price. I think I paid roughly around $6, and I know they carry LA Girl at Ulta, so if you have a coupon, you know it will apply. Okay, so once you have applied your product, you're going to, apply as much as you would like. That's up to you. You definitely don't want your brows to look ridiculous and too fake. After you apply your pomade, or you use a pencil brush, if you use a brow pencil, just make sure you blend it out. And I'm going to use this pencil just to get this little gap in here. And this is the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim pencil. I'm going to take the concealer that I am going to use today, and this is the Stay Woke concealer. I'm going to be honest, this is one of the products that kind of broke the internet for me this year. I'm not saying that, you know, it's my top product, but it's one of those products that came out of nowhere and took the beauty community by storm. You can find uomabeauty products at Ulta. If you didn't know, uomabeauty is a Black-owned brand. I decided to use the Uma brand today because for real, I wasn't a huge fan of it initially. One, I think that I might have gotten the wrong shade for the foundation. And as far as the concealer goes, I mean, I wasn't really a particular fan of that either. But I definitely wanted to give it another chance. I mean, I bought it, might as well use it. And we'll see if my thoughts change by the time I finish doing this look. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit before I blend it out with my brush. So while I am doing that, I'm gonna do the other eye. Okay, I don't think I mentioned the concealer shade. It is Brown Sugar number 12. And I'm just gonna take this Morphe M173 brush and just blend. Oh, how I got all that down there. And to sculpt the top part of my brow, I'm going to use the foundation that I plan on using for this look. And it is the Uma Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation in the shade Brown Sugar T4N. I know this is supposed to be a neutral shade, but from what I can remember, it is kind of warm. And for my eyeshadow base, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Chai. So this shade is slightly darker than the initial concealer that I used. Okay, and we're going to go back in with a little mini buffer brush and blend that out. So this is the Ace Beaute Vintage Dawn palette. So this palette has 12 shades. So you have 5 shimmers and then the rest are matte. So that's 7 matte shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 7 matte shades. So this palette is $34.99. I'm going to talk about the weight of the product in this video because it's imperative that that I discuss it because, again, this is $34.99 and this has 0.55 ounces of product. So this isn't the first palette that Ace Beauty came out with, but I would like to say that this is one of the palettes that kind of put them on the map, like as far as the discussion on how good their products are and how aesthetically pleasing these palettes were. So this is the the Paradise Fallen palette. This also runs for $34.99. This also has 12 shades in it, but this has 0.68 ounces of product in it, and it's the same price as the other one. So you have more product in this palette here, same price. So this isn't, I had actually took notes of the Flare palette, but the Flare palette is similar to this one. This is the Oceanic palette by Ace Beauty. This runs for $38.99. Well, the Flare one does for $8. I'm assuming they're both the same, but let's just say, because I don't have the Flare palette in front of me, this is $38.99, and this has 0.84 ounces of product in it, and this has 15 shades in it, and this is only $4 more than this one. So I don't know. I don't understand why they decided to price these palettes the way they did, but I don't know why so small. Like, I hope they're not downsizing their products because their products are very, very, very good. And when I was doing this eye, same performance as all the other palettes, they perform very well. The blendability is phenomenal. You'll see how it performs, but one flaw I have right now is the price point. Like, let's not start doing this. Like, this is expensive, yes. Of course, as you can see, I invested in it, but let's not start shrinking the sizes and still charging the same amount. Like, I'm not, that was, yeah, I'm not really feeling the price. So the shade that I'm gonna go into is this blue shade right here, and it's called Sky. I am going to take my Morphe M456 brush, and I'm just gonna tap it into my crease. I went with this small brush just to get the full impact of the shade. And it does get a little green on you because, well, at least for me, because I have a dark concealer, a dark base on, and it's not really true to color in the pan. But that's to be expected. Like, that's not a flaw of the actual shade. But as you can see, I'm layering the shade without any issues. And I'm just tapping it in. Okay, and we're just gonna bring this in just a little bit. So all we're gonna do, we're not gonna add a different shade to blend. We're just going to start moving the color up. We're not going in to the pan. We're just taking what we have on our brush and going upwards. Okay, I'm gonna dip back into Sky, but I'm going back into the crease and then moving up. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this fluffy brush, the M441 brush. Now, mind you, you see there's product on the brush, but I haven't dipped it into anything. And we're just blending, buffering. So I'm going to take this limited edition Morphe brush in M167, and I'm gonna go into Serengeti, this gold shade right here. And there's one thing I can say about this shade, it's very chunky. It's not my favorite gold shade. Very pigmented, but chunky. The thing with chunky eyeshadows, it forms a dent in the pan. And I didn't want to wet my brush because I wanted to see how these eyeshadows performed without any form of manipulation. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my M456 brush. I'm not adding any product. I'm just marrying the two shades together. Okay, and what I did do, I did, because I had it near me, I did go into the Oceanic palette and I went into Lagoon. I did a personal side-by-side shade between Lagoon and Sky to see if it was the same shade. Lagoon, is deeper. It is deeper. And I'm just putting it in the outer corner. As you can see, I didn't switch the brushes whatsoever. Still using the same brush. Dipping back into Sky. And not taking any additional product. Just blending. Still the same brush, and I'm going to go into the Paradise Fallen palette, and I'm going to take Blackout and just dab it into my outer corner. And seriously, if you have never tried, these brushes are shedding. I feel like they're landing everywhere. If you have never tried Ace Beauty eyeshadows, you are truly, truly missing out. And we're just going to blend. So now I'm going to go in with the P. Louise Mima Mitchell collab, the Acid Rain collection in Ecstasy. And I'm going to use this as my eyeliner. And I'm going to take this limited edition eyeliner brush, a brow brush that has a spoolie on it. I don't know what brow you would do with this, but anywho, I'm going to use it as an eyeliner brush today. And dip into Ecstasy. And it is a purple shade, which is fine. We're covering it with glitter. You want to take your time. Like, if you're not into glitter, you do not have to do this step. But I wanted to replicate the colors of New Year's. Like the whole aesthetic of like New Year's Eve, party favors. And then just take your time and just lay it down. And you want the liner thick enough to be seen because you're gonna put lashes on. Okay, if you have glitter glue, lash glue, all that works. I'm gonna use the Duo brush on glue and place it right on top of Ecstasy so I can lay down my glitter. Okay, and the glitter I'm using, I will leave the picture of it up here somewhere, but it is by Beaute Cosmetics, and it does not have a name on the bottom of it, but I don't know if you guys could see the glitter. It's so pretty. And it has a little bit of blue, gold, green, just party flecks, like party colors in it. And just lay down the glitter. I mean, of course, the downside to using glitter is the fact that it gets every daggone where. And if you don't want to do a glitter eyeliner, you could have done the same thing with placing it on your lid. And Beaute Cosmetics is also a Black-owned business. They have beautiful, affordable glitters. But this is the problem with glitter, honey. It gets everywhere. This look, I feel like, is simple enough. We only used a few shades. Not bad. So you want to take a baby wipe and kind of wipe off whatever fallout you have, glitter, eyeshadow, whatever. And with glitter, you know, it kind of just lingers. Okay, we're going to go in with the Fenty Pro Filters, the Soft Matte, the primer. Almost done with it. And for real, like at first I didn't care for this primer, but I've been using it for the past week consistently, and I'm not mad at it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Jacqueline Mood Light powder and I'm going to lay it down. I've already tried this method, okay, and it's not bad. So what you're going to see initially is going to look like a whole bunch of shimmer, but I have been using this first, like to set my primer, and then lay down my foundation right after. I don't know why my forehead always catches it the most. And you can see how beaming my forehead looks right now. Oh, and the Mood Light powder I have is Feeling It. This is the darkest shade. And so now I'm going to go in with my foundation from Uma. And again, it's the Brown Sugar T4N. I'm going to be honest, like, I really didn't care for this foundation. I'm going to do a few pumps on this M442 brush. Oh, you see how red that is? And it's supposed to be neutral. I like this brush. This is my first time using it. Okay, just gonna do a little bit more. Okay, so it does kind of simmer down with the with the redness. I'm gonna go in with the concealer in the shade Brown Sugar T2. Did I say T12 at first? Or 12? It's T2. I didn't forget my inner corner shade or my eyeliner. I still don't know what lip I want to do with this look. I think I want to do neutral. Usually I don't mind doing like an extra eye with an extra lip, but not really sure if I want to do it with this one. Okay, you want to take your sponge and blend it out. And the sponge I'm using is from Stands Out. And just be careful, you don't want to mix your eyeshadow and your concealer together. And I like to just go in with my foundation brush and just blend out the harsh edges if there's any. Okay, and for my setting powder, I'm going to use the Anastasia setting powder in Deep Peach. I've used this for a few days now, and I like it. I do not bake anymore. I just use my brush and I pat. And I'm using the E49 brush to set. And now I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier, with this powder and set my entire face. And I did not mix in any of Jaclyn Hill's powder along with it. I'm using the same sponge, but I didn't mix it in with the setting powder. I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty bronzer in Mocha Mami and use it as a bronzer. I'm not going to do it all over. I'm just going to get my cheeks. And just bring it up. So now I'm going to use my Sephora Pro palette and tap into Jet Setter. Still not changing out the brush. And get the top of my head. So what top of my head? My forehead. Okay. And then for my contour shade, I'm going into Epic. Same brush. I'm just going to use the narrow part of my brush to make sure I get my cheeks. And this is the E53 brush. Make sure you get that jawline. And for my blush, I'm going to use Premier and just tap the apples of my cheek. Same brush. Because for real people who do their makeup often, or for that matter, people who don't use a lot of brushes. And just to tone down my blush, even though I'm about to put some highlighter on, I'm just taking my face brush, and this is the E1 brush, and just tap it just to mute it a little bit. And for my highlighter, now this is a product that you use for your lids. Well, at least I think so. It is the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher and Golden Hour. And it's like an eyeshadow topper. And so I'm just... And it's New Year's, guys. I know you want to be a little extra. Okay, so maybe let me just lay that down and then just blend it out. New Year's, you're usually out and about, and you're clubbing. You want something to reflect if you're in the club. And this definitely does it. And did I tell you what shade it was? Yeah, Golden Hour. It is so pretty. And you can get this at Sephora. It's glittery, but again, if you're in the club, you want that reflection. And I'm still using, I haven't had to use a sifter again. Just a little bit. And then use your fingers for the chunky pieces that won't blend. And I think there's a total like at 5 shades. This is expensive to be so tiny, but it's one of those products that you know that you're not going to run through. And I feel like it's well worth it. And it's a multi-purpose product, you know what I mean? So we're going to go back into the Vintage Dawn palette. And what are we going to do? Do this light icy blue shade right here. And we're going to put it in our inner corner. This is also another chunky shade. Now I did try to wet my brush and use this, and I just didn't really care for how it looked. I mean, you can still see it, like there's a brightness, but wetting it, for me, it didn't do any justice. And for my eyeliner, I'm going to use the gel eyeliner. I don't know. It's by LA Girl. The Gel Glide, and it's so dark I can't see the shade. It's like a purple, and it has it's like a shimmery purple gel liner, and I'm going to use that on my waterline. And for my lower lash line, we're just going to use the blue, and that's the Sky shade. And I'm using my Royal Langnickel brush in 402. These Royal Langnickel brushes are so long. Okay. And then you just want to blend the lines out. I'm just going to go back in with my M456 brush and blend out the harsh edges. I'm going to go back in with Blackout from the Paradise Fallen, right? And then just get the outer corners, same brush. And the Blackout is the black shade. And just get the outer corner. Not so harsh, just a slight graze. So I really didn't put that much thought into my lip. So I'm gonna take my lippy pencil. This is the Shade Times ColourPop lippy pencil in BFF4. I'm gonna overdry my lips just a smidgen. I'm gonna take a little bit of this LA Girl eyeliner. I want to say this is in dark brown. It's another gel glide liner. Kind of go over this a little bit. I'm going to take this NYX, what is this? The Suede Matte Lipstick and Free Spirit. And then I'm going to go in with my Fenty Gloss. Which one is this one? Fenty Glow. I had no idea what I was going to do with these lips, but this works. Then I'm going to take my Black Radiant Setting Spray. I actually forgot, Lord, and I just kept looking at it so I wouldn't forget. I'm going to go back in with my golden, what is this? Golden Hour. Take a little bit and place it on my brow bone. My skin is damp. And then just take this fluffy brush and blend. Okay, so this is the final look. Oh, and I just want to say, what did I use? For my lashes, I don't know if this particular style of lash is available on Ace Beauty, but this is the Harmonia lash. Very nice. If I can find it, I'll put a picture up here. I know they discontinued quite a few. I'm not for sure if this style is still available, but if so, of course, I will leave the link down in the description box. I'll leave the picture up here so you can see what it looks like not on. So my final thoughts about the Vintage Dawn palette. I mean, I really only used 3 shades out of this palette, and out of the 3 shades, I didn't find an issue. I will say with the 2 shimmers that I used, which was the Serengeti and the Dew, they're chunky. The shimmer shades are chunky. I didn't have any issue with Sky, which is the matte blue shade that I used. The blendability is beautiful. As you can see, like, I didn't have to use a transition shade. I was able to put Sky in my crease, blend up, and still give that beautiful gradient, at least in my opinion. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. But, I mean, let me know down in the comment section what you think. I think that even though I used very few shades, I definitely created a powerful, wearable look for you to go out on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever club, evening event. Point blank. Would I recommend this palette? Yes, I would. One, the shades are absolutely beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. Is it unique? No, I think the color combination of what this palette looks like, the look of it is unique. I have yet to see a combination of colors like this together. I mean, other than, like, you've seen the oranges, the browns and stuff like that. But when you throw in, you know, the ice blue, the navy blue, like, this color story is unique, I say. I think that Ace Beauty has one of the better quality eyeshadows, makeup brands, period. I recommend you checking their products out. But because this palette is $34.99 and it has gotten smaller, that is truly my only qualm. The other eyeshadows, I have them all. I have all the other palettes. I think their product is awesome, but I just want to know, why are we getting smaller? That's it. Have you seen this palette on social media? Have you been interested in trying it? Let me know down in the comment section if you have purchased this eyeshadow palette and have you tried it, and let me know if you created any looks. What are your thoughts and opinions on it? If you haven't tried anything from this brand, I suggest that you do. But like I said, the price is the only thing that I just need to get more clarification to why is getting more expensive for less product. But other than that, I don't have any regrets. So what are you doing for this New Year's Eve? Are you going to the club? Are you going to church? What are you doing? Let me know down in the comment section. How are you bringing in the new year? If I don't have the opportunity to put another video out before this year is over, I just want to say Happy New Year to you, and I pray that 2020 brings you everything that you want and more. And stay focused, grind it out. Whatever it is that you want to do, make sure that it happens, and make sure that you start this year off right, with the mindset of you're about to get things done, because I'm about to get things done and we're going to do this together. So I appreciate you guys writing out. Let me know again what you think of this look. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to connect with your girl on social media, you can find me on everything Talia's Eye Candy. That's on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And if you want to check out my journey into weight loss, or my weight loss journey, you can find me on Beauty from the Inside Out 365. That is my second IG page. And yeah, and I will catch you all in the next Bye.
Llegó la mami que